All right, let's talk about the #1 reason people give up on Python. It's just one word: variables. But don't worry, in the next few minutes we're going to completely demystify this so you can finally start coding with real confidence.
I mean, you see stuff like x, num1, age, and it's so easy to just feel completely lost, right? But I promise you, by the end of this quick explainer, you're going to master this whole idea even if you've never coded before. Python is about to feel simple, logical, and, dare I say it, actually fun.
So why all the fuss about this one concept? Well, because it's not just some random feature. Variables are the absolute foundation of everything you do in Python. Think about it. Without them, you literally can't store data, you can't solve problems, you can't build anything useful at all. This is the roadblock where so many beginners get stuck, and they start thinking Python is way harder than it really is.
But here's the awesome part. Once you get this, I mean really get it, everything else in Python just starts to click into place. We're talking simple math, building web apps, even tackling the big stuff like data structures and algorithms, or DSA. It all starts right here. Okay, let's pull this out of the abstract and make it super concrete. I've got a really simple analogy for you that's going to make this whole thing crystal clear.
So what even is a variable, really? You know, when you strip away all the jargon, it's way simpler than it sounds.
Just picture a box. Seriously, that's it. A plain old empty box. If you can picture that, you can understand variables.
So what do we do with this box? First, we slap a label on it, a name. Let's call it age. Then we just put something inside it, like the number 21, and boom, that's a variable. It's just a named container for a piece of information. A name plus a value. It's really that simple.
Okay, so we've got the box analogy down. Now let's see how this translates into actual Python code. This is where the rubber meets the road.
Now this is super important, so listen up. The equal sign in Python is not what you learned in math class. It doesn't mean is equal to. It's an assignment operator. It just means, hey, take the stuff on the right and put it inside the box on the left.
So if we look at some code, age equals 21 is just us telling Python, create a box named age and stick the number 21 in it. Simple. Then, for name equals Amit, it's the same idea. Make a box called name and put the text Amit inside. Now notice the key difference here. Numbers don't need quotes, but text, which we call a string in programming, always needs quotes. If you get that one little detail, you're already way ahead of most beginners. All right, let's go over some really common mistakes super quick. Can you start a variable name with a number? Nope. Can you have a space in the middle? Absolutely not. The right way to handle multiple words is to use an underscore, like my_age. So the rules are pretty simple, right? Start with a letter or an underscore, no spaces, ever. And please, for your own sanity later on, use meaningful names. Calling something my age is 1,000 times better than just calling it X. It makes your code so much easier to understand when you come back to it.
Awesome! So now you know how to create variables. But let's get to the fun part, seeing why they are so incredibly powerful when you start building real programs. Okay, let's imagine you're keeping track of student data. With just these 2 lines of code, you've told Python to remember this information. Now, anywhere in your program, you can just use student name or student marks without having to type out the actual values ever again.
And that is the whole point. You don't repeat values, you just call the variable. Instead of typing Ravi or 85 100 times, you just use the name of the box. This makes your code way more efficient, cleaner, and so much easier to update. That's what makes them so powerful.
So where do you go from here? Well, mastering variables is step 1. Once you have that down, you can start building logic. And that logic becomes the foundation for all the cool advanced stuff, like data structures and algorithms, or what you'll hear called DSA.
And trust me, when you get to complex problem solving in DSA, variables are everything. You'll use them to store lists of data, to create counters for looping, to track your position, and to hold the final answer. Having a solid handle on variables makes DSA feel logical. A shaky understanding makes it a complete nightmare.
All right, enough of me talking. Now it's your turn. Time to practice and really lock this knowledge into your brain. Let's do a couple quick tasks.
Go ahead and pause this explainer for a second and try these 3 simple things. Create a variable for your city, one for the current year, and one for any price. Seriously, don't skip this part. Doing is how you build actual confidence.
Okay, let's do a super fast recap. What's a variable? It's a named box for a value. How do you put stuff in it? With the equal sign. What are the rules? No spaces, start with a letter or underscore, and always use meaningful names. That's it. That's the whole game.
So now that we've broken it all down, are you ready to stop guessing and actually start coding with some real confidence?
Hey, if this little explainer made Python feel a bit clearer, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you're still stuck on something, drop your doubts in the comments. I'll do my best to help you out down there.
And look, if you're serious about learning Python the right way, especially on your path to DSA, then make sure you subscribe. We're going to keep breaking down all the core concepts just like this. Your journey really does start right here.